So guys, today back from another video on the channel. Today we have the Newcastle United vs Leicester City preview, a Boxing Day game. If this is the last video you are watching before Christmas Day, make sure you all have a great Christmas. From Binksy here and everyone from the channel, thank you everyone for the support for the whole year. We're nearly at New Year now, we're nearly into next year already, man. This year has flew by, but we've got a big game against Leicester City. We'll look at Leicester, look at Newcastle and how we're going to play in this Boxing Day game. Make sure you like, boys, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already yet. It would mean a lot if you could do so. Anyways, boys, let's get in the video now and let's start off by looking at Leicester City. So then, Leicester, they've had a really good run before the World Cup, and then obviously they played on the same night we did against Bournemouth. They're looking quite good considering at the start of the season they were sitting bottom of the league. Not looking good whatsoever. Like, it was not looking good for Leicester, but where they're sitting 13th in the table with 17 points. They are only sitting 4 points above the relegation zone, but they've looked much better. Obviously they went, I think it was, I don't even know how many games they went without winning the game. It was a terrible start, like an awful start for Leicester. Pick up their first win of this. They picked up their first win of the season in October. Like, that is mental. But since then, since losing to Man City, which you would always expect at Man City, they've beat Everton, beat Newport, beat West Ham, and then beat MK Dons last night. If we have a look at their team that played in that MK Dons game, Jamie Vardy started. He's not played much football this season. Jose Perez not played much football this season. Obviously former Newcastle United player. Both of them scored. Youri Tielemans scored as well in that win. He's probably their best player at Leicester. But defensively, for me, Leicester struggle in the centre back role. The Belgium centre back, Faiz, I've butchered that, but I don't. He looks average, but he doesn't seem this amazing centre back that every Premier League club needs at the minute. Like, Daniel Amartey was a CDM and a right back, and now he's playing centre back. Castagne is a bit more attacker minded to being right back, and then Luke Thomas is obviously only 21 years old playing. So it's they've got some problems defensively, but look at their injuries. They've got Sionche, who is doubtful for the game. James Justin's not going to be fit. Johnny Evans is not going to be fit. Ricardo Pereira's not going to be fit, and Ryan Bertrand's not going to be fit. So they do have a lot of injuries defensively, but obviously that should benefit Newcastle. They've looked much better in recent weeks. Leicester, obviously their start of the season was really poor, but obviously what sticks in mind for me, when last time we played Leicester, 2 goals for big man Bruno. Honestly, that game was absolutely sensational. I remember on holiday I was speaking to a Leicester fan, and he was saying, like, the atmosphere and everything at St James's Park is the difference, and the King Power doesn't have that. I remember I was quite mortal when I was speaking to him, but it was still up here, lads, I remember. But honestly, fucking, they've done much better. Obviously Brendan Rodgers, it was like every week on Twitter I was like waiting for the announcement for him to get sacked. He's not been sacked, and he's done quite well this season. Leicester probably just want ideally top 10, but if they can stay in the Premier League, that should all that really matters. I think they are in a bit of a rebuild stage. They've got a lot of players who are coming to the end of the contract or at an old age, like Jamie Vardy's, like, I think 35 now. Tielemans' contract runs out at the end of the season. They've got a lot of defensive issues, as I mentioned before. I think Sionchu was linked to, I think it was Atletico Madrid or some daft like that. He's linked with a team for January. In January, Leicester have got to make some big signings if they want to continue in their Premier League run. We could have Leicester City in the next round of the Cup. I might do a video on it and reacting to it, but they've looked much better, Leicester, in recent weeks, and they should hopefully, well, I say hopefully, I don't want to be hopeful, but they will probably bring that into the game, being back at the King Power for the first time in a very long time for them. They'll want to come back and get raring to go and pick up 3 points on Boxing Day. Obviously the game is on Amazon Prime as well, so there'll be loads of people watching, as it's really good access to get to see the match. But loads of people will be ready to see it, loads of people want to watch it, and hopefully obviously Leicester fans will be wanting them to win. But let's speak about Newcastle United then. So then, Newcastle, we've looked brilliant. Like, we've not lost a game since August. we're coming into the December now. No, the end of December. Fucking hell. But it's still a questionable game. Obviously, last time we played the King Power, we got beat 4-0. Obviously, we didn't have the players that we do have now. We still have players like Matt Ritchie and stuff playing, so you've got to think of it like that. But we've done really, really well recently. Bournemouth game, it wasn't the best performance, but we're getting to the stage now where we can play shite, keep a clean sheet, and win the game. That's all we want. We're as fans, weren't asking for the best team in the world to come in here and play the best football, a bit like Barcelona prime and storm the league with this takeover. We just wanted a bit of fucking hope and a bit of happiness in the club, and we've got that in the last 14 months. But against Bournemouth, we didn't particularly play well. We didn't really create too many chances, and when we did get the chances, we took them. Callum Wilson, obviously, it was an own goal, but he was there, and if Adam Smith didn't head it into his own net, I'm sure Callum Wilson would have got the end of it and got a goal. But as he scored in the first half as well, rightly wronged, disallowed. Obviously, I don't think there was VAR for some reason. I don't know why. Really stupid decision, as he was onside and Willock did not touch the ball. But one of them will still go through at the next round. But it is still an interesting one. It's obviously gonna have to wait and see what happens with Newcastle. Obviously, team news, don't want to really leak anything, but what I've got to say is, in that Bournemouth game, there's been a lot of critics on Alan Saint-Maximin this season where he's very inconsistent. He's not given the whole package. He's brilliant one day, shite the next week, and whatnot. Like, people in the stadium are getting a little bit frustrated with him beforehand, where it's like, fuck's sake, Maxi, get back, and people were getting frustrated with him. When he came on against Bournemouth, he changed that game. He really did. Made it a little bit more direct going forward. I just think he needs a goal. I just think you need to, obviously he scored that goal against Wolves, I just think you need a lucky bouncy goal to go in, and that'll change his season. I can say it now. Like, Almon, like, scores a goal, and since then he's been on fucking fire. Maxi, I think, just needs a goal. I think that's all that he's missing to get that confidence. Obviously, he's a bit out there when he's been in interviews where he done that one for Newcastle and you went, you're not ready for what's going to happen. Obviously, it's good for us because we're getting excited, but you've got to be a little bit on the safe side and be like, you can't really put yourself out there and say a big statement like that if you're not going to show it on the pitch. He's got to show it on the pitch, and will he start on? The game's on. It's on a Monday, obviously it's Boxing Day, obviously Christmas and all and whatnot. It's going to be a crazy couple of days. But prediction time. We've looked really good recently, not lost a game in ages. Botman's still playing. Every game Botman's played for Newcastle, he's not lost. He should start again on Monday. Prediction, I will go with not a confident, but a scrappy 2-1 win. That's what I'll go for. I think Leicester will get a goal being back at the King Power. The fans will probably be the loudest probably this season being back at the King Power, but I think we've just got too much class and too much togetherness at the minute to break this team, and hopefully we can get a win with a 2-1. That is my prediction. Let me know your score prediction in the comment section down below. And that is the end of the preview, boys. Make sure you like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If this is the last video you are watching before Christmas, I hope you all have a great one. And anyways, I'll see you all for the predicted team tomorrow. This video is going out on the 23rd, preview the 24th. Nothing out on Christmas Day because obviously it's Christmas Day. I'm spending time with the family and whatnot. And then obviously we're back on Boxing Day for the game. See you all in the next one, boys. Have a good one and up the fucking mags.